been going on for quite a few years now, but it's getting worse. And health insurance companies, true to corporate American, tactics, corporate America tactics, they don't give a shit about the people. Never have, never will. That's why we need regulation. That's why I laugh every time I hear people that let the market regulate itself. Right. It took them 20 years to remove lead from gasoline. 20 years. And they had the data long before that. They're still, pushing their fucking petroleum and fossil fuel pollution agenda. They've known it for 70 years, forever. They've known cigarettes, the same shit, everything. Companies will never ever regulate themselves. Need somebody whack them upside the head. So what they've been doing, insurance companies, for a long time, is denying coverage. They used to deny coverage for pre-existing conditions. Meaning, if you had diabetes and you went to buy health insurance, sure, we'll take your $1,000 a month, but we won't cover any of the health conditions you had before. But we'll take your $1,000. And the Republicans want that to come back. They've been trying to destroy Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, for a long time. And of course, denying that they're no, we're not trying to do that. Of course, the usual, lies. So, I've experienced it a long time. I went to take care of my auntie at the end of 2018 and most of 2019. She was bedridden. She suffered a bunch of health conditions, one after the other one. She became bedridden, and she had a handicapped daughter in her early 40s that was bedridden too. So I was taking care of both of them, and it was really a battle of not just taking care of two bedridden grown women. It was a battle of outrageous abuse by the healthcare industry. Not the part that renders the care, the insurance companies. They were constantly challenging the decisions of the doctors. Let me give you an example. My auntie, may she rest in peace, she was bedridden and she suffered hydronephrosis. What that means is there was a stone in one of her kidneys that clogged one of her urethras at the calyx, where the kidney drains into the urethra that goes to your bladder. There was a stone that got clogged that there, that got infected. It produced horrendous amounts of pain, and she was taken to the hospital. What they did, they put an implant. It's called a double J implant, and all it is a stent. It's a little tube. It's a little tube that goes into your urethra. If you're a guy, they go through your penis, a little hole where you pee, go all the way up, and then go through your bladder. Then it goes into the urethra, which is the little tube that goes all the way up to your kidney, and that pushes the stone out of the way so that the kidney can drain, because if not, you'll die. And they were able to treat her. So when she went in there, they had to treat her with hey, Pakistani people. And then when they went into the that's so cool, people from Pakistan. How you doing? I want to go someday. So my auntie, the pain was horrendous, so they had to give her pain meds. She didn't know what that was. That woman, she never knew what a drug or anything like that was. So she fibrillated a little bit, her heart, and some plaque from her heart, and I think it was a secondary effect of the pain meds that they gave her. Something made her fibrillate, and a little bit of she had emboli. Pieces of plaque from her heart traveled to her foot, either that or a piece from somewhere else, and went into her foot, her left foot, and both of her hands traveled, emboli, little pieces of debris or something inside, and they travel in your bloodstream, so they clog. Her hand turned black, her left hand, and her left foot. They treated her with anti-clotting so that she could have circulation. So fast forward, taking care of her and all this stuff. We got her out of the hospital. She was, as soon as they gave her the pain meds, she lost her mind. She was absolutely crazy. She went crazy. She started seeing people and all that stuff. She's never had pain meds before. She reacted to that. It was Demerol. So we were taking care of her. Fast forward to when I had to order for care for her to help me, because I had two people who were bedridden, my auntie and her daughter, and I needed help and approval for a bunch of treatments because I needed somebody to treat her kidney stone. And because I went and talked to the nephrologist, and he said, listen, I went in there with the camera and the laser, and I just cleaned it up a little bit and extracted what I could, but he said I couldn't go in there and blow up with the laser the kidney stone, because I would have stirred up the infection, and it would have gone in her blood and killed her. So I had to fight for the care so I could get approval, so I could get the nephrologist to go and do a lithotripsy, which is where they put the patient in a small bathtub, and they throw high frequency, high power sound waves that break up the kidney stone, and they exit. Okay, so the insurance company, the health insurance company, she was on Medicare. They said that they couldn't approve of the procedure because they didn't have any evidence that she needed the procedure. So I had to go and get a copy of the x-ray that they made of her after they put the stent from her kidney to her urethra, and show it to them and said, listen, human beings are not born with a tube that goes into their urethra, goes through the bladder, through the urethra, and into a kidney. Your guy, the guy you paid, the doctor that you pay, whose payments you make, installed that, and you have evidence of that. And now you're saying that you don't have an evidence for the need of a lithotripsy. And there are millions of instances of companies, health insurance companies, especially Medicare Advantage company, denying care and second guessing the recommendations of doctors, who are the ones who should be making the decision, and not what I call the death panels. Because eventually what they want is for the people to die, the people are really sick, so they don't have to pay for them. Okay, so fast forward, and then I had to go through this. Eventually my auntie, I had to take her because she developed gangrene on that left foot, and I had to take her in. They had to amputate half of her foot, and I had to fight again with the insurance company for them to approve specialized footwear that would accommodate her amputated foot. So they said that there was no evidence of her having a foot amputated. So I answered to them and said, I'm going to talk to the surgeon to see if he saved a chunk of foot with gangrene, so I can send it to you via mail. Maybe I can send it to you in a box through the U.S. Postal Service. So you guys can have the evidence. Would you like me to do that? Yeah, I mean, these people are outrageous. No, we'll send somebody. Oh, okay. I had to go into the office again. I mean, I practically lived in that office for 9 months at the office of the Medicare Advantage plan in Puerto Rico. And they do that here in the mainland United States. It's horrendous what they do to patients. So now, my wife has a torn, mind you, it's not even a sprain, none of it. One of her rotator cuff tendons is completely severed. It's cut. Okay? Horrible pain. So we go to the surgeon. He said, we're going to order therapy because the insurance company forces me to send you to therapy to see how you react. And I'm like, what do you mean therapy? She's got a cut. Look, there's the MRI. That's got a tendon cut completely. It's not dangling, it's nothing. It's severed, completely severed. One of the tendons in rotator cuff. So she's been going to therapy for a couple of months now, undergoing horrendous pain of them manipulating her arm. She drops stuff, she can't raise her arm. So they're just torturing patients. They do that to thousands and thousands of people. They're just hoping that you get tired and don't get operated. You know, with the excuse that, well, there are some people, even if you don't, they recover and the other muscles around, they strengthen, they pick up the slack of the tendon that's severed. That's bullshit. What ends up happening is that your body reabsorbs, eats the muscle, and then they're unable to reattach it. You see? They're hoping that your muscle that's not attached to that tendon gets eaten by your body so that there's no way they can reattach it. That's what they're doing. And in the meantime, they're sentencing somebody to horrendous pain and unnecessary pain. How is that even fucking legal for companies to torture their patients instead of just operating on them? They know full well the only way that's going to get fixed is with an operation. You see? So, you know, and then, you know, people say, oh, you know, the insurance companies, they're just getting sued. People are suing them too much. No, they're not. I'm a mechanic, but I'm also a certified legal interpreter in the state of Florida. One of the things I see all the time, is companies denying claims. The reason that people sue insurance companies is because the insurance company automatically denies the claim. Okay? It's not because people go straight up to suing them. No. And then since they've developed that reputation, insurance companies have developed that reputation of being scumbags, people don't even bother with it. They say, fuck it, I'm just going to call my lawyer right away. I'm not going to go through 2 years of all this shit with this company fucking me up. I'm going straight to the lawyer. You can't blame them. You can't blame people for suing. If a hurricane, now they gave insurance companies everything they wanted for property insurance. So now they don't even have to cover wind damage in a fucking, you know, hurricane state like Florida. Amazing, you know? So they gave them everything they wanted, and, you know, good luck. So they can just deny your claim when your roof gets taken apart by a storm in Florida, and then say, well, we're going to deny it. 2 years later, after that roof has been leaking all over everything in your house, and you have mold and has destroyed everything, your walls, your floor, everything, then you say, hey, you didn't fix it, and you not fixing it cost all this other shit to happen, so now I'm going to sue you for the other shit. And they say, well, you know, why do you want so much money? Because you didn't fix it to begin with, and your negligence cost all this other shit to happen, so now I'm suing you for everything else. And they say, oh, you're just money hungry, you just want money. Yeah, how am I going to fix it? With my dick? How am I going to fix it? It's all about the money, because you got to pay someone. So, you know, the same thing they're doing with health insurance, you know, for people. And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but let me tell you something. If this Republican Christians win, we're fucked. If this right-winger, you know, white nationalist Nazi people win, we're fucked. Because then they're going to go back to, they're going to destroy protections for pre-existing conditions. They're raising the retirement age to 70. Eventually it'll be 80, so you'll work till you die and you'll never fucking collect Social Security bill. You'll pay into it your entire life since you started working. So, we need to fix this shit because it's getting ridiculous. Insurance companies should not be torturing people and sentencing them to death. They need to be held accountable, like everybody else.